Hello and welcome to oziTarget Map. In this video we're going to look at the tracking tools. To get set up, let's open Settings and go to the Tracking tab. Your oziTarget Map registration email is used to generate the tracking ID automatically, and you can't edit this. You do need to set up your security key here. The key can be any combination or length of numbers and letters and is used to encrypt your data so it can only be read by the users you've shared it with. Simply change your key to revoke access to new tracking data and share the new key as needed. To easily share your information with teammates, click on the Copy to Clipboard button and paste the information into a message. Next, we'll set up outgoing data. If this is your flight computer, we'll select Pilot, and if it's the crew computer, then make sure you've selected Crew. Remember, your oziTarget Map registration is able to be used on two computers at the same time so your crew can track you without needing to purchase the app and subscription. You just need to ensure their computer is set up as crew or it will mess up your tracking data. The standard upload rate for the pilot is 1 second. For the crew, the upload rate is reduced and locked at 10 seconds. Retrieval rates will change how live the incoming data feels, but typically anywhere up to 5 seconds or so is adequate. By default, it's set at 1 second, so try it there to start with. Have a read of the information down here, and especially about the security of your data. Your data is encrypted before it goes to the server, and the key never leaves your computer. The key is only known to the people you share it with, and without it your data will be hard to decrypt. Now let's set up the actual tracking. There are a couple of different ways we can do this. Option 1, we go to the menu, under Options, and then find Tracking Settings. This will get you straight into the Tracking Settings window. Option 2 is from the tool list, and we open Tracking here. This opens the Tracking Pilot list, which has the Settings button down at the bottom here. Finally, Option 3 is to set up the Tracking Toolbar button. This will also open the Pilot List tool with the Settings button. This is how I find myself using it most of the time. So let's jump into the settings. At the top of the form is your tracking information so you can update your key or share the details with your team. Under that is the tracking list with the details of the people you are tracking. To add a new person, we click Add Pilot to add a row and then enter their details. Let's set up a test account to show how this works. I'll call this one SK2. The email goes here, and the security key that was provided goes here. I confirm that data is turned on, and I confirm the type of data we're receiving is pilot or crew using the balloon or car icon. We'll make this one the balloon. I then pick a colour here, and I can adjust the track line width if needed here. We can also track pilots that are still using the legacy oziTarget by entering their 3-digit ID and security key. For them to track you, they'll need to enter your 8-digit ID, not the email address, and security key in the legacy tracking app. The data selection is used to control who you want to receive data from. You can have a long list of friends in here and just turn off any that you don't need for that flight or event. It's worth turning off anyone you don't need data for to reduce the server load and your own data use. You can also see over here that pilots are added and removed from the tracking list as you change the data selection. If you want to track your crew or another pilot's crew, add them to the list and set them as crew with the car icon. To track your crew, you'll need to add your own details and select crew like I've done here. You have the option of clearing the tracking data per pilot, or you can clear all the data down here. Starting a new flight will also clear all the old tracking data, so you'll probably never actually need to do this manually. Pilot lists can be imported and exported and used for backups or sharing with the team. Rows in the list can be selected then deleted, or the whole lot cleared in one go here. Other options you can set are the length of the pilot's projected track line, the track line width and colour. Data age will remove track lines that are older than the hours set here, but as mentioned before, starting a new flight will clear the old track lines, so this may not actually come into play. Connection warnings can be turned off, so if you lose internet and tracking, you won't get a status message at the bottom of the screen. Finally, crew settings for the symbol appearance and symbol size can be set down here. It's time to go tracking. With the tracking list open, we can see the pilots and crews that we're receiving data for. From the tracking list, we can turn the individual tracking display bubbles on and off. The key here is that this control is just about display. When a bubble is turned off, the data is still being collected and is ready to be turned back on at any time. Unlike the original oziTarget tracking, you can now show multiple pilots at once. You get one bubble per pilot, and when positioning tracking bubbles, you'll also get snap hints to line them up neatly. It's also worth remembering that you can save the position and visibility of tracking bubbles in a workspace. Getting the data. To send and receive tracking data, we need to have an internet connection and we need to turn tracking on. We have two places we can do this. First, in the options menu, we can select Send Tracking Data, and we can also select Get Tracking Data. When on, you'll see that they are checked. The easier option is with the toolbar button for tracking upload and incoming. That will turn both on and off for you in a single click. It also gives you a visual indication that tracking is turned on as the button turns green. We're going to leave this turned on for now. Let's get into the tracking bubbles. The tracking bubbles are individual displays and controls for each pilot or crew you're tracking. I currently have two tracking bubbles turned on, SK2 and SK2 car. To demonstrate the tracking, I'm now going to start SK2 and SK2 car navigating on some other computers, so we'll have some live data coming in. The crew bubble is straightforward and basically gives you the tools to center the map on the crew location. We can turn their track on and off, and we can turn their label on and off. The crew position update will be every 10 seconds, and there's no speed or direction information for them, just their location. The pilot bubble has a lot more going on. The first thing you'll notice is that moving the mouse over the bubble will expand it to reveal a set of control buttons, and we're going to cover those in a moment. On the top left, we have the track color dot and the nickname. On the top right is the data status. That will be a gentle green heartbeat when we're getting data. It will change to orange after 15 seconds without new data, and then red if it's been longer than 25 seconds since the last update. Remember, this could be your internet connection causing a problem as much as it is the other person, so always check your end first. Under that, we have an expander to show the waypoint data if they are currently navigating to a waypoint. With it open, we can see their distance to go, bearing to the target, and estimated elapsed time to arrive at that goal. If you don't want to see their numbers, simply hide the waypoint section again here. With the buttons exposed, we can also do a number of things. From left to right, we can center the map on the pilot. We can center the map on the waypoint they are navigating to. We can draw the waypoint that they're navigating to, which can be helpful if it's not already on our map. And you can open their flight winds data and even copy that to our own wind reader table to work with if you want. And finally, we can turn on or off the projected track line and their actual flight track. Once set up, you can close the tracking list here. And just remember, to clear all the tracking noise off your map at any time, simply use the toolbar button here to turn it off and back on again when needed. I have a final tip here for testing at home with only one computer. Set yourself up in the tracking list as a pilot. Start the simulator, and in a moment you'll see your tracking label attached to your current simulated location. The data will match your simulator, and you've now confirmed the system is working. That was quite a long video, so thanks for hanging around and thanks for watching.